Hello and welcome to Channel's Book Club. I am Olunloyo Kasumo. Two of the most known books used in Nigerian primary schools are Steps to Verbal Reasoning for Primary Schools and Steps to Quantitative Reasoning for Primary Schools. For almost 30 years, these books have been part of the academic curricula of primary schools across Nigeria, and millions of copies have been sold to parents on behalf of their children. The woman who wrote these books is Mrs. Olunloyo, an experienced educator who has spent several decades teaching and nurturing children in learning environments. Over the years, she has not been particularly keen on granting interviews, but in an exclusive interview, we managed to get her to sit with us to share her story and thoughts on her books and related issues. Enjoy this. Mrs. Olunloyo, thank you for joining us on Channel's Book Club.
It's a pleasure. I'm really honored.
Thank you. Thank you.
Honored.
Quantitative reasoning, verbal reasoning. Steps to quantitative reasoning, steps to verbal reasoning. These books have been with us for almost like forever. I think they were first published in 1990, correct?
Yes. They were.
That's a long time. I can't think of, there are very few books that have been in our schools for such a long time like that. And the average young person out there who has gone through primary school can remember this book,
Yes.
at least from 1990. But most people don't know the author behind the book. So tell me a little bit about your story and what inspired this book.
Well, I'm an educationist is always an educationist. My late husband used to tell me that I can write. And when he died, that was the sound I was hearing, all right, you can write. Because that was what he always say, all right, you can write, all right, you can write. Then I decided that, look, what is missing? What gap can I fill in the primary school section? That was when I started writing verbal and quantitative.
Verbal and quantitative reasoning. Okay.
And it wasn't, it took me, books 1 to 5, took me about 8 months of 2 hours sleep.
Wow.
To write the books 1 to 5. Then my publisher said they needed a book 6 to complete the set. So the book 6 now followed. So
I'm guessing you had no idea how far these books will go.
No, I had no idea. I was just filling a gap. I had no idea. But I knew that the children would enjoy doing it because teaching is my passion. I love to get things across to the children. I love teaching children that are slow learners. And with this one, you know, it's really helped.
From what you've just said now, you wrote it because your husband stirred up a gift or a talent in you. But you've seen it over the years. You've seen millions of copies sold, children across the country, you know, using it as textbooks. You have to feel proud of this.
Yeah, very proud. And that was just a satisfaction. Because even with my publishers, when the books came out in 1990, the marketing side, they were not marketing it as they should. Maybe they thought it would not sell because they had the master crafty books that was not doing too well. So I just got all my friends that had schools. And I started, you know, they came and bought the books and they were selling it themselves to their schools. So when the marketing people saw that the books were selling, that was when they now put in all and that was the only thing they wanted to sell because it was doing so well. It was doing so well. And then in 1993, Lagos State included it in their curriculum. And that was the beginning of Pirates.
I was going to ask you about piracy. Piracy must have come in at one point or another.
Even up till now. Because the first edition was in paper print, the newspaper prints.
Okay, yes, I can see
the
copy you gave me.
So it was easier for them to copy this one. All they needed to do was just to buy the newspaper, whatever. and they were selling it at the side of the road, and they had almost taken, I think they were controlling about 80% of the market before the Chamed girls said, okay, review it again, and then they made it a better quality. I mean, in a good way, I enjoyed it because at least it kept me on my toes, and we had to keep on reviewing the books, not just changing the covers, reviewing it, going back there, reviewing the books, putting in more exercises. And they tried not to let them out, the books out, before book season starts. Otherwise, the pirates would have taken it out, print it, and start selling. It was a big battle.
Okay, now let's look at you as a writer, more from a publishing business perspective. Anybody who sees your book all around the country probably assume that you succeeded financially, with this work. What kind of challenges have you faced with regards to being a writer who has written a successful book and who is earning royalties from it?
A lot of challenges because the royalties were not paid when due. So I had to sell books to make money to live. So I collect books from them, I would sell the books and take my money and tell them that, look, when you are going to pay me the royalty, take it out, because they have the number that I have sold, and then they just take it out.